Hello, so in this video I want to talk about why I've decided to pull the Nvidia 3070 out of my simulator behind me here, and I've decided to swap it out for AMD. So for those of you that may not be following along on this channel and have just clicked on this video, my sim here, I have previously, just before I bought this 3070, I've only had it for like a week or so. I did have a AMD 5700, not even an XT, a 5700, and that was powering this computer for 2 years nearly. When it comes to sim racing, one of the toughest games is ACC, which is Assetto Corsa Competizione, and with the 5700 I had to put it on low settings, and even then on triple 1080p screens I was doing about 70 FPS at the start. As ACC got a few updates, it did work its way up to a bit over 100 FPS, but on very low settings. It wasn't great. As I was coming into corners and things, trees were just popping up. Hello, here I am. Graphics weren't particularly great. So I wanted to upgrade to something like a 3070 or a 3080 so I could boost the graphics up and hopefully hit 144 Hz on my 144 Hz monitors and get 140-ish FPS somewhere. Now, to be honest, I was really thinking a 3080 is probably what I needed, and I thought to get those like 144 frames per second on high settings is probably where the 3080 was at, and I didn't think a 3070 would actually do it, but I did find a good deal on a 3070, this Neptune card, which is water cooled. Slightly higher clock speeds than a lot of the others because it's water cooled, and so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to snap that up. And frame rates were probably better than expected, similar to what I would be expecting out of a 3080 actually. I was doing 130, 140 frames per second on the triple 1080s, and in terms of raw power, the 3070 was good. It was great. It was more than I was hoping for. I haven't ran Nvidia on a triple screen computer for quite a while, even though I do have the Nvidia 1660 Super on my editing PC in the other room, which runs a dual monitor system, one of them being portrait. I went to Nvidia thinking very much that it was going to be better, a triple screen experience than the AMD route, and as it turns out, maybe not. So I had one of my monitors fail on me at one point, so I had to buy a new monitor. So one of the brands of monitor is actually slightly different to the other two, which with AMD and the 5700 it wasn't a problem. To activate triple screens, you just press quick setup and boom, everything works. Everything's running at 144 Hz. It all spans across all three screens, no problem. Like, it literally takes seconds, and everything was perfect with AMD. The moment I whacked the 3070 in, it wasn't an easy setup. I struggled to even get games to run on all three screens. A lot of the time they just wanted to run in the middle, and then I managed to work out that problem, and I managed to get it to run games on all triple screens, and I enabled Nvidia Surround. But then after enabling Nvidia Surround, I then couldn't run all my monitors at 144 Hz. They all wanted to run at either 59 Hz or 60 Hz. And I couldn't get around that, like, at all. So while I was getting 130, 140 FPS, my monitors were only doing 60 hertz. So it was absolutely pointless that I was getting higher FPS. And I couldn't get around that. The only way I could maybe get around it is I was assuming maybe that was because of my monitors, and the monitors were slightly different. So I could risk it and buy all 3 monitors, new monitors, and that might fix it. And I'm 65-70% sure that might have been the case. But I mean, why should I? With AMD, that was fine, that was perfect. And I found with the 3070, I was getting a lot of screen tearing, like pretty bad screen tearing. Again, these are AMD FreeSync capable monitors, which is probably why it worked with AMD just fine. They're not G-Sync compatible. I didn't think the screen tearing would be as bad as it was. Artifacts and stuff, I didn't like it. And not only that, there was other things as well. Even like the bar down the bottom of the windows, like on the desktop, when you enable Nvidia Surround, it just goes to the center monitor. And then even like if you click the start button and it's on the center monitor, the menu actually pops up on the other monitor. And it's just little things that were annoying me. And I'm just like, nah. I don't care. I got to pull it out. And I bought a 6700, which is meant to be equivalent to a 3070. Is this 6700 equivalent to this 3070? Probably not. This is the Power Color Red Devil. I've always wanted a Power Color Red Devil. I really like the look of their cards. They just look like one beefy card. I've never had one, so I bought one. Now, I did very much debate going the RX 6800 because the 6800 has slightly more performance than the 3070. And I know I did my reviews of like hardware unboxed and all that beforehand. And in some games, the 3070 is faster than the 6700. And a few games here, the 6700 is faster than the 3070. I wasn't sure how it was going to go in Assetto Corsa Competizione, which was the main game you look at when it comes to sim racing, because most other sim racing titles, they'll play on anything that ACC does. In fact, you'll get a ton more FPS. But I try to optimize my computer mainly for ACC because it is the hardest on the graphics card. This came on sale and I'm like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. Maybe similar. But anyway, I want to leave that for another video and actually do some proper bench. I didn't want to put the benchmarks and all that in this video. I've already done the benchmarks. The 6700 is already in that PC now. I just thought I'd make a video on going from a 3070 to a 6700, particularly if you're running triple screens like I am, and you're running a Assetto Corsa Competizione like I am. Maybe you might come into the same problems that I do. Maybe you think the grass may be greener on the green team. Turns out it isn't, but at least for me anyway. And in my situation with my monitors and everything, maybe the grass is greener on Team Red. We will find out in an upcoming video. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, everybody. Hit that like button if you'd like to subscribe for more videos, like the benchmarking video, and I'll see you in the next video.